Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? Eating salads, hitting the gym, but that stubborn belly fat just refuses to budge? It's because your body is playing a strategic game of hide and seek with a very specific type of fat, visceral fat. Unlike the fat you can pinch, visceral fat wraps around your organs like a toxic blanket, and it's much harder to burn. But there is a specific scientific moment when this stubborn fat actually starts to break down. Today, we're finding that switch. According to research from Harvard Health, visceral fat is metabolically active, meaning it's not just sitting there. It's actively working against you. It releases inflammatory chemicals that can lead to heart disease and type 2 diabetes. It's the dangerous fat. To burn it, we first need to understand the energy hierarchy, how your body chooses what to burn first.
Fat storage at the bottom.
Imagine your body is like a house. When you eat, you're putting groceries or glucose on the kitchen counter. If the counter is full, the extras go into the liver warehouse as glycogen. This is your short-term storage. And visceral fat? That's like the deep, dusty attic storage. Your body only goes there when the kitchen and the warehouse are empty. But there's a gatekeeper preventing you from entering that attic: insulin. As long as insulin is high, the door to fat loss stays locked. A study in the journal Cell Metabolism shows that even small spikes in insulin can halt fat breakdown for hours. So, when is the exact moment? It starts when your blood sugar drops and insulin finally goes to sleep. This allows its partner, glucagon, to step in. Glucagon is the key that opens the fat storage doors. In phase 2, we'll look at the exact hourly timeline. What happens at 12 hours, 16 hours, and the magic 24-hour mark. Let's start the clock. From 0 to 4 hours after your last meal, your body is busy processing the kitchen counter glucose. During this time, insulin is the boss, ushering energy into cells and making sure the fat attic stays strictly locked. Around hour 8 to 12, the kitchen is empty. Your body now moves to the warehouse, tapping into stored glycogen. At the 12-hour mark, something amazing happens. According to the Mayo Clinic, insulin levels drop significantly. This is when glucagon finally gets the green light. It heads straight for the liver to empty the remaining storage. By hour 16, the warehouse is nearly dry. Your body is now forced to look at the visceral fat attic. The visceral fat blob, CHAR-01, starts to sweat. Its protective barrier of insulin is gone. It's time to pay the bills. Between hours 16 and 18, a process called lipolysis peaks. Your body breaks down fats into free fatty acids. Research from the University of Alabama found that people who fast for 16 hours burn significantly more abdominal fat. But the real fat melting magic happens at the 24-hour mark. This is when autophagy joins the party. Autophagy is your body's deep clean mode. It recycles old cells and accelerates the breakdown of deep visceral fat. At 24 hours, your growth hormone levels can increase by up to 2,000% in men and 1,300% in women. This hormone is like a flamethrower for fat cells, particularly the toxic ones hiding around your liver and heart. Wait, does this mean you have to fast for 24 hours every day? Absolutely not. There's a smarter way to do this. In phase 3, we'll reveal the micro-fasting hacks and the specific foods that keep your insulin asleep for longer. To keep that fat-burning door open, you don't just need to know when to eat, but what to eat to keep insulin sleeping. The biggest enemy of visceral fat loss isn't calories. It's refined carbohydrates and added sugars. Every time you grab a sugary snack, insulin wakes up like an angry giant, slams the attic door, and double locks it. Instead, prioritize insulin-friendly foods. Healthy fats like avocados, olive oil, and high-quality proteins. A study published in The Lancet found that low glycemic diets significantly reduce internal organ fat compared to low-fat diets. Hack number 1, the fiber-first rule. Eating vegetables before carbs can reduce your insulin spike by up to 30%. Hack number 2, apple cider vinegar. 1 tablespoon in water before a meal improves insulin sensitivity, making it easier to return to fat-burning mode. Hack number 3, black coffee or tea. These won't break your fast, but they do give your metabolism a small thermogenic nudge. But watch out for hidden sugars in sauces and healthy bars. They are secret agents for char-thyver-1 visceral fat. According to the Journal of Nutrition, resistance training combined with these eating habits is the ultimate 1-2 punch for abdominal fat. When you lift weights, your muscles soak up glucose from the kitchen counter faster, shortening the time until you hit the fat-burning attic. Remember, visceral fat is stubborn because it's protective. It's the last energy reserve. Consistency is your only real weapon. So don't focus on the scale every morning. Focus on how long you keep your insulin at rest. In Phase 4, we'll talk about the sleep-stress connection, the silent triggers that can ruin your fat loss even if you're not eating. Ready to see the full picture? Let's dive into the final secrets of visceral fat breakdown. You've mastered the food, but there's the invisible ghost in the machine that can stop everything: chronic stress. When you're stressed, your adrenal glands pump out cortisol. Think of cortisol as the emergency fuel manager. Cortisol tells your liver, forget the attic, we need sugar in the blood now, effectively raising your insulin even if you haven't eaten. High cortisol levels specifically tell your body to store fat in the abdominal area. It's Chara-01's favorite building material. A Yale University study showed that even slender women with high stress levels had more visceral fat than relaxed women. Now, let's talk about the night shift. Sleep deprivation is a direct ticket to visceral fat storage. When you sleep less than 6 hours, your hunger hormone ghrelin goes up, and your fullness hormone leptin goes down. This creates a double whammy. You crave sugar, and your body is biologically primed to store it as visceral fat. Mayo Clinic researchers found that lack of sleep led to a 9% increase in total abdominal fat and an 11% increase in visceral fat. So what's the fix? Hack number 4, the 10-minute de-stress. Meditation or deep breathing can lower cortisol almost instantly. Hack number 5, magnesium before bed. It helps relax the nervous system and improves the quality of your deep sleep. Remember, your body burns the most visceral fat while you sleep. If your insulin and cortisol are low enough to let it happen, think of sleep as the incinerator for the visceral fat that glucagon unlocked during your fasting hours. Without sleep, the fire goes out and the fat just stays wrapped around your organs, becoming even more toxic. In our final phase, we'll put it all together into a 24-hour master plan you can start tomorrow. Don't go anywhere. Here is your 24-hour roadmap. Let's start at 8 p.m. Finish your last meal and tell insulin it's time for bed. 10 p.m. Take your magnesium and turn off blue lights. We need your cortisol low to prepare the sleep incinerator. 2 a.m. You're deep in sleep. Glucagon and growth hormone are now at peak performance, melting visceral fat while you dream. 8 a.m. You've hit 12 hours of fasting. Drink water, black coffee, or tea. Keep the insulin gate locked for a little longer. 10 a.m. Go for a 10-minute walk or do some light stretching. This uses up the last bit of warehouse glycogen. 12 p.m. You've hit the 16-hour mark. This is the peak moment where visceral fat lipolysis is in full swing. Your first meal? Remember, fiber first, then protein, then healthy carbs. Protect that insulin sensitivity. By following this, you're not just losing weight. You're reducing the toxic blanket around your heart and liver. The British Journal of Sports Medicine notes that even moderate changes, if consistent, lead to drastic long-term health improvements. Don't expect overnight miracles. Visceral fat took time to build, and it will take time to leave. Be patient with your body. You now have the scientific key. Use it. Start today, not tomorrow. Your future self will thank you. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into your body's secrets. Check out our other videos on nutrition and longevity to build your ultimate health toolkit. See you in the next one. Health is a journey, not a destination. Keep moving forward, 1 hour at a time. This video is for educational purposes only. Please consult a healthcare professional before making significant changes to your diet or lifestyle.